Are you tired of turning easy pars into double bogeys from just 100 yards out? That approach shot frustration is ruining your scores, and today we're fixing it for good. In this video, we'll expose the hidden score records plaguing mid to high handicappers. Joining me is former D1 golfer Leo, a +4 handicap who's dropping gold on chipping, bunker play, avoiding 3 putts, and slashing your scores from 100 yards and in. Stick around. This could shave a lot of strokes off your game. Let's dive in. Okay, on today's video, I'm bringing in someone who has a handicap of a +4. So my handicap's a regular 4. She's 8 shots better than me. And go ahead and introduce yourself and the value you can bring today.
So my name is Leo Medeiros. I'm from Portugal, and I recently graduated from the University of South Florida. I came to play Division 1 golf. That was my dream since I was a little girl, since I was 12 years old back in Portugal. I wanted to come compete and play at the highest level in college, and it was great. I got to represent my country as well, played on the national team, and so very excited to record this video and help you guys get better. Yeah, we played the other day and she absolutely kicked my butt. So I was like, I got to bring you on the channel and teach everyone who watches the channel how we can all get better. So she's a wealth of knowledge, and let's get out there and get better. One of the biggest things that make our scores go up is 3 putts. I'm going to talk about how I try to avoid 3 putts, and then Leo caddies on tour, so I'm going to get her thoughts on how to avoid a 3 putt. So I have a very long putt here, uphill. Some golfers are going to be thinking about making this, and they're going to blast it by, and they're going to get a 3 putt. So what I'm looking at, and Leo, correct me where I'm wrong, I'm looking at, is this thing uphill, which it is quite a bit uphill. There's some dew and it's gonna break a lot over here. As a caddy, I want you to share what you're gonna look at to line this putt up, because my goal is to get a 2 putt some here. So what are you looking at on tour about a putt like this? So here, it's a lengthy putt, right? And we can see that it's uphill, and look, if you wanna look at it, I mean, look at how there's water over there. This whole green goes towards the water, right? So we know that it's going to break a lot to the left. And also the greens are rolling quick. You know, if you can get this ball not started enough to the right side, you're going to lose it to the left. A club and a half to the right. And the most important thing after picking a good starting line is going to be the speed. And so that's what I would say you have to focus on. I'm going to fix my ball mark first. It's nice to hit a green in regulation here. Let's pick a target in between from here to the hole that we want to start it at. Okay. This ball mark right here. All right. See, that's good, because if you were to put a putter down, that's pretty much a putter and a half. Okay. Right of it. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna focus on that starting line. So after you do that, just speed. Okay. So I have my target isn't all the way by the hole. It's closer to me. Yeah. So I'm lining up to that target. I went right of that target. Therefore, the ball ended up a little bit of right. That's actually a great putt. Yeah. Did you see how as it slowed down, it kept going closer? That's what we want, because we don't want to go away from the hole to the left. Let's go see if I can clean up the 3-footer for the par. Still got the par. Two putt, baby. Leo, I have 76 yards here. You're a professional caddy, and you're a +4 handicap. So what should I do here from 76 yards? We first get a landing number, okay? A pitch number. So I would say that here, your pitch number is going to be about 74 to the number, to 76 yards, because you're going to have some spin, right? You're a great player. You're going to hit a wedge. Let's look at this line here. I would say that you want to aim kind of like a third of a flag stick right of the pin, because as you know, this hole, you do not want to go left. Even though there's a bunker here, the bunker is actually short. So if you can be good with your number and just aim a little bit right of it, that's it. And now we try to simplify it. Okay. Now, you know your pitch number, and you know your target. 74. Let's try to land this thing 74 yards. Should be pretty good, Leo. This is really good. Let's go. All right, got a putt for birdie. Good caddy in there. Very good. You know, you missed to the correct side here, because we did not want to go left. And a lot of the mistakes that average golfers make are those, is missing it to the wrong side of the flag. We always want to, target picking has to be on point. Always, because you can save so many shots. That's one of the things that I focused a lot in college and you know the pros focus a lot on is always picking the correct targets, because if you're picking the wrong target, chances are, even if you hit a good shot, you're not going to be in good position.
Okay, so we got 87 yards, and mid to high handicappers, they could easily get a double or triple bogey from here because there's a lot of trouble up there. So how are you going to avoid a blow up hole from here?
So here, I feel like a lot of average golfers, you know, they think about, you know, I have a wedge in my hand, I'm going to go for it. But even myself, I got to look at this target, at this pin, and pick a good target, right? So I'm going to go like half of a flag stick left, because you do not want to be right of this pin, right? And there's so much space left of this flag that, you know, if I can leave myself a 10-footer or anything better than that, but on the left side of this pin, I want that, because it's also, I also know this green very well, and I know that if I am left of this pin, I'm going to have an uphill putt, which is great. So trying to simplify it, all right, I got, you know, half of a flag stick left, and I got my target, and now I'm going to go for it.
Going just left, putting, good job.
All right, pin high left, it was okay. I didn't hit the greatest shot, but the one thing I took care of is being left of this pin, which was the main point of it. If I hit a great shot, but I was aiming the wrong way, then it wouldn't have been as good as this average shot, right?
Yeah, so you took trouble, which if you've never played at Tampa Palms, you don't know, but that to the right of this green is no bueno. I spend a lot of time in these funky lies here, and I gotta take into consideration on this shot here many things. Number one, what do I do when the ball's above me? Naturally, it's gonna go to the left, correct?
Yes.
And I also have these trees here. Do you think those are gonna come into play?
Yes, if you hit, you know, you cannot hit a high.
Yeah, because it's slightly uphill. So what do you suggest as a professional caddy? What should I play here?
Pitching wedge, 9-iron, something that's gonna keep it a little bit lower, and gonna hop once or twice before the green and get it rolling. So
we got 58 yards, and all my goal is from here is to chip it up there on the green and 2-putt, and I'd be happy not having a blow up hole. I'm gonna choke down a little bit to make sure I hit it low enough underneath those trees, and it's gonna naturally go left because of the lie. Bounce once, didn't even make it to the green. So I'm gonna see if Leo can do better than I did from this really funky lie here. Walk us through a proper way to hit this shot.
We have a lie that it's gonna make the ball go a little left, and we also have a tree. So what I'm gonna focus on doing is making sure that I pick a good target. Even though the ball is gonna move a little left, I'm not gonna aim right of this pin because there's trouble right. I'm gonna start this ball as low as I can, pretty much. Obviously, I have a 9-iron in my hand. Try to one-hop it and get it on the green. So landed too deep. The shot was good, just needed to land it a little short of the green.
So one of the biggest mistakes that golfers make, and I used to make this, but I'm trying not to make this mistake as much, is when you're just off the fringe like this, especially when you're close to the pin, it's really tempting to want to chip this. And Leia, wouldn't you agree that the higher percentage play here is to putt it, because a bad putt is still going to be closer than a bad chip?
That is correct. We see a lot of golfers wanting to chip it just because it's not on the green. We are so close to this, to the hole here, that, like you said, a bad putt is always better than a bad chip. Chances are you're going to 2-putt this, which is exactly what the goal is. You know, okay, you hit a good one, you make it, but the goal here is, for an average golfer, is not to 3-putt. I'll hit it just to show it, but you know, it's never gonna go too far away from the hole. You know, and now a chip, there's so many more variables. You can chunk it, you can top it, there's a lot of things, right? Putting is the safest play, and like we've been talking about, average golfers sometimes make mistakes that, you know, make their score higher, but it's not even about how they execute, it's on the choices they make.
So that's where you ended up. I'm gonna try a chip here just for the sake of it. Is that fun?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Well, in this example, the chip ended up closer, but the principle, that was the perfect case scenario where my chip turned out closer than the putt. But if we would do this 10 out of 10 times, at some point when I'm chipping, I would do one of these, and it gets away from me really, really quickly. Whereas in no world would a putt probably end up that bad. Even though I'm off the green, the better course management play right there is the putt. Okay, this is a shot that really is tempting to hit the flop shot because I don't have much green to work with, and I see a lot of people leaving comments on my videos, you gotta hit a flop shot more and perfect the flop shot. And I'm not afraid to hit a flop shot while I'm golfing. If I hit a controlled low chip, there's not too much that can go wrong with it. So what I'm gonna do here, instead of the hero flop shot, I'm gonna hit a lower chip, try to land it up here in the fringe and funnel it down to the green and not hit the hero flop shot here.
Very good.
So that didn't turn out as great as I wanted to, but let's see what could have went wrong with the flop shot there. Oh, shoot. That was a shank.
Oh, no.
Okay, I'm sorry. That was your ball. I don't always shank a flop shot, but I can shank one as I did right there. Or I could have chunked it. That was bad. But my point is, why try to do a flop shot there? That's a blow-up hole. That's embarrassing. Whereas my original chip, even though it wasn't great, it's still putting. So you can see my divot there from my shank. And the hero shot's gonna result in a high number here for me. So show us the smart play here.
You know, we don't want to do what Paul did, which it's not always going to happen, but chances are higher. So we're trying to play the smart play here. A little bit of a lower shot, just that gets rolling on the green, and it's definitely the smartest play here.
Nice chip.
Wow.
Beautiful.
So that's it. You know, that's great. That's exactly what the goal is. Less risk and the smart play always.
So when would it make sense to hit a flop shot?
Depends on the player, right? There's times that I have hit a flop shot from here. You know, if I'm feeling
But you're a
extremely...
+4 handicap. Let's talk to someone who's a mid to high handicapper. When do they have permission to try the flop shot?
First of all, they have to have a good lie. Over here, it's hard to have a good lie on the rough, right? Definitely not. If the ball is not sitting up, don't hit a flop shot. If you have a great lie, you've been practicing that shot a lot, you feel confident, and there's not a lot of danger around the green, then go ahead and do that. Okay,
this is where our scores as golfers can go skyrocketing because of poor decision making here. So this is one of my favorite approach shots at Tampa Palms. There's obviously trouble left and short with the water, and I've been in those bunkers. There's 3 of them to the right. Because the pin's middle of the green, I'm gonna actually aim at the pin here. But I have to decide, am I gonna hit a 56, which would be a full swing, or do I wanna take like a 75, 80% of a 52? What's the smart play here? Pick my club for me.
You know, visually, this is a hard shot, right? So you don't wanna be thinking, oh, I have to hit a 56 and I have to kill it and hit it as good as I can, because if you don't, you're going in the water. So here the 100% smart play is grabbing a 52 and hitting a little bit more of a relaxed shot, you know, half swing, and just making sure that you can carry the water even if you don't catch it perfectly.
I can pretty much aim at the pin because it is the kind of center of the green with enough stick. Let's see if I can do it. Nice controlled swing. My ball is safe.
Very good.
Pin high, little right. My Pro V1 lives to see another hole.
I have 75 yards. You know, this is not the easiest lie. This ball is on an upslope and side slope. So, and we have water. The main focus here would be, yes, we're close, but we don't want to swing it too soft because not only this ball is sitting up on the rough, which is actually a good lie, but also you have an uphill slope, which that's going to make the ball go a little higher, and if you swing it soft, it's gonna go shorter. Here my focus will be to compress the ball and still have a lot of speed through it, so that I know that the trajectory won't be super high and soft, but more penetrating, so that I know that I for sure will carry the water here.
Great shot. Wow. Nice shot. Here we have a downslope and you have a hazard left of the pin. So how do you hit it when you have a downhill lie?
All right, so this is a pretty hard shot. We have 67 yards, we have water left and long, we have a bunker short. So the main thing has to be focusing on getting a good contact, right? And so how do you do that when you have a slope lie. You have to put the ball closer to your right foot and the weight forward so that you are going with the slope, okay? Let's see how I do here. My weight is forward, my ball is back on my stance.
Great shot, Leo. Wow. Great shot.
Thank you.
Great shot. Now I feel pressure, but I want to demonstrate how to hit downhill for a chip where you're actually this close to the green. So this is downhill the whole way. The slope is downhill, the chip is downhill, everything's downhill. What Leo taught us is my weight's gonna be forward, but the ball's gonna be a little bit back in my stance. And then I'm just focusing on clean contact. Was that a fair assessment?
That is very good.
So this thing's gonna be lightning fast. They literally just mowed the greens and rolled them. So the ball's on the back of my stance, my weight is shifted forward. See how fast they are?
Paul.
Go in.
Very good.
Let's see if I can complete the up and down. Up and down.
Very good,
So when
Paul.
you got a downhill stance and you're 67 yards and you're a Division I golfer, you represent our country, Portugal too. Beautiful shot, weight forward, ball back in the stance, and just focus on that clean contact when you have those downhill lies. Now let's talk about what you do when you have a downhill putt. Probably the biggest mistake that golfers make at any skill level is three putting. How do you eliminate the three putts? Well, number one, it starts before you actually hit the putt with paying attention to, is your putt uphill or is it downhill? Which way does it break? Leo, you actually showed me a good way to look around the green to figure out if you're uphill or downhill. Why don't you explain that, and then we're gonna putt some downhill putts.
You always want to look around and see what's the highest side and the lowest side. Clearly the highest side is here, and look, it all falls towards the water. The water is definitely the low side. So we know, all right, this putt is 100% going to be downhill. So now, and as Paul has been saying, the greens are very fast. So we're aware of that. We know it's downhill. So I'm going to be very meticulous when it comes to that. Okay, I also see that it's going to break a little left. A lot of golfers would be trying to make it be very aggressive, but like we said, downhill and very fast. So we're going to try to, if I don't make it, I'm not going to be, 5 feet, 6 feet past this hole. So I'm going to hit it very slow. Wow.
Oh, that was fast. Let's see if I can do better. Man, that putt is fast down that hill. We have it surrounded. Those are both tap-in pars. How you avoid three putts. It would have been very easy if I didn't pay attention to that, to just come up here and be thinking, I'm putting for birdie. I'm putting for birdie. Let's knock this in there. Birdie, birdie, look at it. Oh, it caught the edge so it didn't go past. But because I had an aggressive putt there and it was downhill, if it wouldn't have caught that edge, I mean, it could have, it could have come back, and now you got this. And a lot of golfers will rush their putt coming back up, and then you three putt, just like that. All right, so from 100 yards and in, a lot of people do poor chipping. What's the best way to improve your chipping?
All right, so a couple of things. So you always want to put the ball a little back on your stance and the weight forward, and then you want to keep the weight forward throughout the whole swing. You don't want to be doing this like in the normal swing where you kind of come over here. No, you keep your weight on your left leg all the way, and you try to not move your body too much, okay? So you don't want to have the club like this. You want to have the club sitting on the ground like as straight as you can. You want to stand close to it. You want to have your weight forward, and then have a swing that is pretty much you don't want to swing to the inside, okay? So pretty much straight. When you look at the good players on tour, their head actually moves forward on the backswing and then up as you go. So that's what I'm gonna do here to show you guys. This is a small little chip. Pretty good. Yeah. But I would say the main things is don't move your body. It's like a putt. It's a very small little swing. So your weight stays forward, you're standing up, and if you want to think about your head, you can actually do where your head moves forward and then a little up. But I would say mostly focus on standing close, standing tall, and not moving your body, and having pretty much of almost like a putt swing.
See if I can get inside it first. So weight forward. I'm not going to be doing this stuff like my regular swing. I just I stay steady with a little bit of weight forward. I think you're a little closer.
Very good. You know, there's no damage there, which is exactly what the goal is on a shot like this. You want to have an up and down, and if you can't, just two putt and get out and go to the next hole. You don't want to top it, chunk it. You want to get as close to the hole as possible, obviously, but how do you do that? By keeping it very simple.
So how do you hit a sand shot?
All right.
Especially one of this difficulty.
Yeah, this is a very hard shot. I'm gonna have my ball up in my stance. My stance is gonna be the opposite of, you know, a chip shot that we just did. So we actually are gonna be sitting like this. Our hands are gonna be lower and the club face is gonna be open because we're trying to hit it high. The line of the swing is gonna be from the outside kind of to the inside because we want to cut this ball, right? Like this. So, ball is forward, my stance is wide, which is very important. And now I'm gonna swing from here to here.
Golf shot. Beauty.
So that was high, which is exactly what we wanted. Head spin, went a little long. Another thing that I forgot to mention is you want to aim a little bit left so that you can cut the ball from the outside to the inside. Very good.
Let's go.
Great shot.
If you're not already subscribed, smash that subscribe button. Let's go.